This is an Italian risotto recipe that is overlooked in Italy. Nobody talks about it. But here in Australia, it's a popular comfort food dish. I'm going to show you how to make my creamy tomato risotto. Best part about this recipe is affordable, comfort food, and all the ingredients are accessible to everyone. Ingredients for 4 people, and you might have some leftovers for lunch the day after. 300 grams of Carnaroli rice. This is the perfect rice for risotto. If you cannot find it, go for arborio. But Carnaroli or nano rice are the best ones for risotto. 1/4 of onion that are chopped into small pieces. 50 grams of butter. A standard glass of white wine. 1 liter of vegetable stock. Don't use chicken, don't use beef, vegetable stock. It's a vegetarian dish and you use vegetable stock. A few tablespoons of grated pecorino cheese. Now the tomatoes. I'm using half a bottle of homemade passata. If you don't know how to make passata, watch my video and I'll show you how to make it step by step. You can also buy a good quality passata from the shop and use half a bottle. Or you can use a small tin of Italian peeled tomatoes and quickly blend it and that will become a passata. So you can do that. For decoration, I'm gonna use some beautiful vine-ripened tomatoes. Extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. The best way to cook risotto is to use a deep pot, just like this, or this one, okay? In the past, I might have used a shallow fry pan because it helped me to explain to you what's happening inside it, so it was better for the video. If you want to make a perfect risotto, you do need to use a deep pot. Before we start cooking the rice, let's warm up a passata. You don't have to cook it, you just need to warm it up. As I said, half a bottle is more than enough. This passata, it's packed with flavors. Now quickly stir. We just want to gently cook it at a very, very low heat for about 10-20 minutes, no more. Now, while this is warming up, let's say, I don't really want to cook it, just warm it up gently. I want to have little bubbles going on, okay? Not too aggressive. Now we can cook the rice. And the rice needs your attention. You need to be next to the rice all the way, from the moment you start cooking it until the end. We are going to make risotto on a medium heat, okay? So, we're going to start by adding about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to put the onion inside, which we want to cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to add a little splash of water so the onions don't burn. Let's get the cherry tomatoes ready for final decoration. I have a baking tray with some baking paper. We place the cherry tomatoes inside. We drizzle some extra virgin olive oil. Let's put some salt and some pepper. Now we bake it at 200 degrees Celsius until the tomatoes are nice and soft. Could be between 10 to 20 minutes, up to you. The onion is caramelized and now we can add the rice. The first thing to do with the rice is to actually toast the rice for about 2 minutes, okay? So we're gonna add the Carnaroli rice. And now we want to toss it, and now we toss it. The good thing about the pot I'm using today, it's a heavy duty pot, it's also no stick. So I avoid to have the rice sticking at the bottom. From now on, it's extremely important that we pay attention to the rice. We have to be next to the rice for the entire time, okay? The risotto wants to feel the love. You need to be with the risotto all the way, okay? Never leave your rice alone. See, within 2 minutes, we toast our rice. What we're going to do now is to add the wine. Now, if you don't want to use wine, just use stock. But the wine is very important. So from this moment that we add the wine, we start counting the cooking time, okay? This rice, the packet tells me that this rice needs 18 minutes to be cooked. So from now on, we start counting the time from the moment you add the wine. So we quickly stir. Now the wine is going to evaporate, okay? Just give it a minute or two. Just stir. The rice doesn't want to be dry from now on. We always need to make sure that the rice, it's wet, it's moist, okay? Okay, we can start adding the stock. Make sure your stock is hot, okay? You don't want to add cold stock, otherwise it will stop the cooking. You want to make sure you add hot or warm stock. Okay, first amount, we don't add the stock all at once. We add the stock a little bit at a time, okay? If you have homemade stock, it's best. Otherwise, just buy a good quality stock from the shop. And you just want enough stock to cover the rice and to keep it nice and wet. Pay attention to this. Can you see how the rice is starting to dry up? We also have rice on the sides here. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you keep stirring. So the rice from the bottom comes to surface and what's on top goes to the bottom. You want every single rice to cook. As you can see, it needs more stock, okay? See? Let's go more stock. Not all at once, you just want to put a small amount at a time. Can you see? The stock just covered enough the rice. All right, look at the rice, look at that. As you can see, I'm not adding any salt or pepper yet. First, because the vegetable stock is salty. Second is because we're going to add the pecorino cheese later on, which is salty. And so at the end, I want to see how salty it is and if we need more salt or not. As you can see, it needs more stock. Beautiful. So I keep stirring. I'm not adding any liquid because look, there's enough liquid in there. Can you see how the rice is also growing? So the rice is really expanding. This is the moment. You can see it's been about 9 minutes since we cooked the rice, and look how much it's growing, and it's going to grow even more. Look how important it is for you to stay next to the rice. Look at that. Look how quickly it dries up. See? So quick. So we add more stock. All right, guys, the rice has been cooking for 13 minutes. I've got 5 minutes left. As you can see, it's starting to dry up. I might have to use the entire stock, or maybe not. We'll see how we go. That's why you need to fill the rice. And when we get to 16 minutes, 2 minutes before the rice is ready, we're gonna add all the ingredients in it. It's been 15 minutes. It needs more stock. So let's put the last amount of stock now. We're done with the stock. Great job. The rice is almost ready. 3 more minutes to go. Please don't forget, the Vincenzo's Plate cookbook is now available for pre-order. Please, it's the first Vincenzo's Plate cookbook ever. We have recipes from generations to generations, okay? There are simple recipes. There are family recipes that you want to keep, that you want to learn, right? So please get it wherever you are in the world. You can use Amazon. There are more bookshops selling it in Australia, America, and worldwide. So please get it and get a piece of Vincenzo's Plate into your house. We are so excited. It's a very different book. My wife Suzanne wrote the book. So the book is a point of view of living with me, with my family, sharing our recipes. So the book is told in a different way that's never been done before. So you definitely want to get a copy of it. Okay, now it's 16 minutes, 2 minutes before the rice is ready. What we're going to do is we're going to add the tomato passata, okay? Just right now. The tomato passata is nice and hot, and it doesn't need to cook with the rice for too long. And look at that, we quickly now stir. And look at that. We're adding flavors now to the rice, okay? You can judge how much you need, okay? You might need a little bit more. I'm going to keep some passata here just for final decoration, okay? Just keep maybe about 2 tablespoons per plate, which I'm going to use for final decoration. Great job. Can you see the beautiful tomatoes making love with the rice? Give it a little taste to see if we need any salt. Let's put some salt and pepper. You got the salt, as much as you like. Let's put some pepper. See the tomatoes now really making love with the rice. Look how stunning. It's been 18 minutes and our rice is ready. And look at that. The rice should be al dente, just like this. When you see a mushy risotto, normally restaurants have to do that because by the time it comes from the kitchen to the table, there is a risk it dries up. So they have to make it kind of more mushy, more liquidy, okay? But the risotto, when you serve at home, should be like this. Al dente. All right, so we're now ready to switch off the stove and finish the dish. I've got the beautiful tomatoes that they roasted for about 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes, and look how stunning they are. I've got this gold liquid from the tomatoes, which I'm going to add inside, okay? This gold liquid from the tomatoes, you cannot miss. Beautiful. Now we're going to add the butter. I've got 50 grams of butter, and the butter will make this very nice and creamy. You do need to use butter in risotto, always. Now while the butter is melting, we're gonna start adding the pecorino. Put as much as you like. You can also use grana padano or parmigiano. But the pecorino is really gonna take this to the next level. That makes it creamy, tasty, salty. And look how the risotto is changing already, look. This is one of the reasons why you need a deep pot, because you can do this. Look how important this is. This technique is what makes your rice creamy. And the risotto is now ready, but look how important it is. This tossing, extremely important. Look how creamy it is. Can you see that? Look how creamy this is. Look at that. Stunning. When we deal with risotto, you guys need to be quick, okay? So let's just put the risotto in the plate, get a flat plate. Now what we're going to do, to make sure that the risotto is creamy, you get the plate, you go underneath like this. If the rice moves, you know it's creamy. Can you see how it's spreading? It's spreading perfectly, look at that. Look how the risotto spread it perfectly. Now, the final touch. We're going to get the tomato passata that we cooked before. We're going to put it all over like this. And we place the roasted tomatoes on top. Now we add a sprinkle of pecorino and the dish is done. Italian risotto is eaten with fork, okay? So let's see how creamy this risotto is. Look at that. Oh, look how that. Oh, look how beautiful and creamy. Listen to the sound. That's the creamy sound. Now you can add some basil for decoration if you want to. When we make passata, we add the basil in the passata. In this recipe, you don't really need to use basil, but if you do want to use basil, you can add it now, nice and fresh. Well, it's time to eat this beautiful creamy risotto. Look at that, look at that. Creamy, al dente, full of flavors. Simple ingredients, maximum flavors. That's what I love about it. I love it. You want to make sure you get this much, because this, it's packed with flavors. Packed. We used to have a stand at an organic food market in Sydney, and we had a client who used to come and buy our products every week. One of our products was homemade basil tomato sauce using our own passata, and he loved it so much that every week he bought bottles. And one of his favorite weekly recipe was this one, this tomato risotto. Thank you so much, Ian, for using my tomato sauce for your rice and for remind me of how beautiful this dish is. I can't stop eating it. This is again proving you that simplicity always wins. Don't complicate your life. Use simple ingredients and enjoy food the way it should be enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Write a comment below and let me know what's your favorite risotto. There are so many ways of making risotto. You can be so creative. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.